Hello, students. We're looking at math connections 11-4, and we've got 4 through 6 and 11 through 13. So let's take a look at some of these pieces. 4 through 6. What is the name of a pyramid that has 9 vertices? At this point in time, having drawn and connected a number of pyramids, you might be able to kind of make an idea of well, if I know there's 9 vertices and I know a pyramid has one apex, what is left behind? And what would I call that pyramid? Explain the difference between a right prism and an oblique prism. Think of the Jello mold. If it's kind of vertically straight up and down, that's one. If you push it and the whole thing goes, tips over to the side, that's a different one. Your goal is to put that into your own words. Minimum number of faces that intersect to form the vertices of a polyhedron. Okay. How many faces do I need? Can I, in a three-dimensional shape, have one face that intersects? Can I have two faces that intersect to form vertices of a polyhedron? Okay, so that's 4, 5, and 6. And lastly, I think I did some MCs. I think I did 11 through 13, right? 11 through 13, yeah. So John asked why a sphere is not a polyhedra. Now that you know the definition of a polyhedra, you should be able to answer this one pretty quickly. And then Trevi said a cube has 3 faces, 7 vertices, and 9 edges. He drew a picture to show he was correct. Now, again, whenever a student says something like this, hey, look what I did, always be thinking through. Think about, hey, what are they doing right? 3 faces. Well, let's see here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Okay, I could see that from the picture that's here. Then it says 7 vertices. Let's check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect. Okay, I see 7 vertices and 9 edges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Question for you. Is this shape a cube? Does it meet the definition of a cube? What would a cube have? And then try to convince Trevi about, or Trevi, is it Trevi? God, I feel like Levi's, like Levi's jeans. I don't know why that came to my mind, but Trevi sounds cooler. So again, think about what it would mean. Is there something that is also on this drawing? Like if I rotated this shape in three-dimensional space, would there be something that I'd be able to see and observe? Okay. And lastly, and if you need to, maybe think about cutting this out and putting a net down. What would the net look like? All right. Lastly, Bonnie said the figure is a rectangular prism because the base is a rectangle. Okay. So this is a great chance for you to tie back in. What is a prism? What is the definition of a prism? Okay. Go back, find it. What does a prism look like? What separates a prism from other shapes? Is this a rectangular prism because the bottom, the base in the student's mind, is a rectangle? What would a rectangular prism look like? And how is that different than this? All right. That's it for chapter 11. I'll see you in class. Off you go.